There was a moment when I stood in my luxury apartment. I had just bought my Tesla and I was feeling such panic. I had just had a $60,000 month and I was wondering, could I hold this? Can I handle this space? I just signed up for this really big investment coaching and I felt deep in my heart that I just could not go on like that. I couldn't continue. And so I decided to go to the coach that I was working with at that time. And this was back in probably like right after COVID time, so maybe 2020, 2021. And so like I was in a mode of like I couldn't regulate myself. I couldn't come to the point of like really knowing, of remembering what I knew was true. And so I go to my coach at the time, not realizing that I wasn't going to be able to get what I needed to get. So what I got was that I was out of integrity and I wasn't probably embodying the work that I needed, that I was doing because I was having such a freak out mode. I got in a scarcity mode, afraid of the finances. I mean, I was paying a big amount every 2 weeks. It just kept hitting and I just couldn't regulate and things like that. And so I'm never mad at the coach and mentor. I was going to her for something that wasn't what she was known for. You know, I didn't need more strategy. I thought that I needed more strategy in order to hit $100,000 a month. I thought jumping on a bandwagon and being like, oh, this is the person that's going to help me get there was going to be what I needed at the time. But what I needed was a coach that could hold me, a coach that could recognize, what was the emotional triggers and the deeper work that needed to be done, and a coach that was going to remind me of my vision and my goal and help to set me back on that path. That was not what I invested in. And so I got to a point where I realized, and it wasn't a mistake. I realized that I had gotten everything that I needed to get out of this coaching, which was one, to remember how good I was at that type of coaching and how how much more powerfully I would have led me as my own client out of that situation. And it made me value the kind of work that I do. My clients come to me and they say it's for rapid permanent transformation. And what that means is the method that I use, my aligned soul alchemy method, it is a mind, body, soul method. And so it combines all of the work that we do as far as mindset and all of that with a somatic work and aligns you perfectly with what your soul already knows. And we do it in such a way that the shifts are massive because frequency is involved, and shifting your frequency and dialing in on the exact frequency that you need to hold is what is super important. This is the kind of work that I at that level needed. This is the kind of work that if I were looking to invest again, right, in a situation, as that woman who had just had the $60,000 a month, had just invested in, got her in the most amazing apartment and then wonderful car and all of that stuff, what I would have invested in would be energetic, emotional, somatic work that would hold me. And this is why I created this space that I just created. It's going to be released very soon. But what I call it is it's a sanctuary. It is a sanctuary for the woman for which the success and what she's been doing, as success maybe feels a little bit heavier than it used to. Maybe she's not as excited about the $100,000 a month or the $40,000 a month or whatever she just had. She's not as excited about that because there's something there. And it's because she needs to come back to her God frequency, what I call divinity in a body. And really coming back to that divineness, that divinity is what will help you own and become more resilient and able to hold all that comes with the success that you create. It's a powerful lesson because I believe a lot of times, let's say you're in 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 months, whatever, and your business is successful, you've got the success, your monthly income has now, your yearly income has now become your monthly income, and you're like, I made it, right? And you think that, okay, in order for me to get to the next level, to the next step, now I need to invest in this. And it's usually some strategy-based mastermind or some mastermind that isn't about holding you. It really is about getting you to the next level, utilizing some tools, some techniques, something that has nothing to do with energetically who you are. And this is why I've created the space that I'm creating, is because there's not that many spaces out there ready to hold all of you. When you are building an empire, when you are going to be having a lot of things happen that you are used to, right? You've got to be in the mode of being able to recognize that I need to be more resilient. I get to learn how to hold this. I get to not break down or not feel overwhelmed, right, by all of this success. I need to prepare my body, my system to hold it, and remind myself of I wouldn't have it if I wasn't capable of doing so. The thing is, if you have this success right now and you are feeling a little bit like the support that I need isn't out there, and what you've been doing is performing like you're still building, not remembering that the energy of building and the energy of scaling, holding, scaling, holding, scaling, holding, and like skyrocketing, blowing up, whatever, is very different. You built what you built because of who you were, and in order to continue expanding to where you know you're going, this huge vision that you have, you've got to be that higher version of you. And of course, there's a lot of places that are saying, I'm going to help you, have your next level identity. The difference between that and what I am created is because there's only one true identity you need. That is the perpetual expansion. And that's divinity. When you remember that you are divinity, when you step into God frequency, there is no other identity you need to shoot from. You are the highest of your higher self. You already are the one that can hold and receive and make space for the things that you are asking for, the things that you desire that are already yours. And in order to do that, you need to be in a space that's going to be able to witness you, that you're going to feel safe in, that you get to be vulnerable in, that you don't have to be perfect or shouting about your monthly, your monetary wins all the time, that you get to say, this, I'm here for something deeper. Yes, let's celebrate. My clients make millions of dollars. So yes, we love money. Money is great. I love money. Money loves me. But the truth is that isn't where your big shift is. Yes, you can expand your wealth identity. Yes, you can do all of that. But let's go to the one true identity, which is divinity, that you'll ever need. So I hope from my story, especially if you are experiencing this, you've had success, you've been successful, that you recognize that there are a few places that can actually hold you in your success that is going to help you to expand beyond that success. And it isn't about strategy. It isn't about going viral. It isn't even about more visibility. It's going to be about more of you, seeing you, and owning your amazing brilliance. So if this is calling you, if you feel like this is hitting something in your heart and you're like, yes, I've been looking for a place that's going to hold all of me, that isn't just about strategy, that isn't just about my money wins, that isn't just about all of that, but that's going to hold all of me, then DM me, Divine, and I'll tell you more. You get a special invitation for exploring this space before it is available to the public. So DM me, Divine, and I would love to talk to you. Hugs, kisses, and all of the feels. Remember that you are already her right now. Stay bougie, be healed, and keep it divine. Bye.